So Carrie might be multitasking there. So I will do my best to represent in the introduction space that Carrie does so well. So good morning, everybody. Today we're going to hear from Karen Karen Randolph on the WIOA program. She's having some technical difficulties, so no presentation today, but she's on the call. And we'll give the narrative of the WIOA program and just an update and a refresher on that great resource and program. So I'll just go around on my screen here, and the question is, skier, snowboarder, snowshoer, or none of the above, get me to a beach, a warm beach.
Yeah.
So let's start with Donna, Becca, and Destiny. Donna, you lost your crew.
Destiny's here. Becca had to go make a quick phone call. So yeah, St. Vincent, there she is. She's back. St. Vincent de Paul, I do community outreach and grants, and absolutely neither. Skier, snowboarder, and I'm a sledder. I sled.
There you go.
I like that, sledder.
Yeah.
Yeah, social services case manager. I oversee the men's and women's shelter and the HPRR programs for homeless prevention and rapid rehousing.
Awesome, thank you.
And then I'm Destiny. I'm the representative payee here. So I handle Social Security accounts. And I'm a neither. I like the beach.
Awesome. Lisa.
I'm Lisa Donaldson. I'm the family service coordinator for Family Promise of North Idaho, and I'm a beach girl.
Okay. Jackie.
I'm Jackie Carter. I'm the service provider coordinator for the Community Resource and Vision Center, and I'm more of a walk to a coffee shop type person.
Okay. Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah Hensel. I am the lead resource specialist and volunteer connect coordinator at the Community Resource and Vision Center. So I'm a Southerner. So I'm gonna have to say I'd like to learn to ski, but I don't know how to do any of those things yet.
Awesome. Leslie.
Good morning. I like to ice skate. I grew up ice skating in Cougar Bay. I like to cross country ski, and I do more of that now, used to downhill. And I'm with Becca. I like to sled too.
That's good. Yeah. Thanks, Leslie. Kathy.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I am Kathy Albin. I'm the director of the Adult Education Center at North Idaho College. And I love all winter sports. I am a big downhill skier, used to live down in Sun Valley. I love cross-country skiing. I love to snowshoe. I just like the outdoors. I like the beach as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Kathy. So for anybody that just jumped on, we're just doing quick introductions. And then are you a skier, a snowboarder, or just something other related to winter or nothing related to winter? So Carrie.
Hi, Carrie Cedarquist, Community Impact Director, United Way of North Idaho. I love it all. Once I discovered that if you layer properly and keep dry, that winter's not miserable, which growing up in Bonners Ferry, you'd think I would have figured that out a lot earlier, but here we are. Ice skating, skiing, sledding, snowball fights, building forts out of snow, all of it.
Nice. Suzanne.
Hi, I'm Susie Elmore. I'm a senior at LCSC in the social work program, and I am the intern for Lisa Donaldson over at Family Promise of North Idaho. And for me, I like to stay warm, so definitely a beach person.
Awesome. Thank you, Susie. Vicki.
Hi, I'm Vicki Isaacs. I'm the director of NIC's Workforce Training Center. I love all winter sports, but I primarily spend my time snowmobiling and occasionally get on a set of skis or a snowboard.
Nice. Thanks, Vicki. Kimberly.
Hey there, this is Kimberly with Idaho Housing. Excuse my nose, I just went to the dermatologist and they decided to burn the tip off just right before the meeting, so it's awesome. Oh well. I prefer the beach because winter I end up snow shoveling. We have a private road and our neighbors all are aged, of some significant age. So we spend a lot of time snow shoveling. So that's my winter sports. I'd rather have the beach, so.
Awesome. Thanks, Kimberly. Let's see. Karen?
Hi there, everybody. Sorry you can't see my face. I used to do all of the above snow activities. I've lived up here for almost 26 years now, so I've done it all. But in my old age now, I'm reduced to snowshoeing and hiking in the summertime.
Nice. Thanks, Karen. Anybody else that I don't see on the screen? Introduction and your, I guess, favorite winter activity?
This is Carlene from Resource and Service Navigation. I'm joining you by phone. I aspire to want to ski and snowboard because I have a 6-year-old, but I hate the cold. So I appreciate Carrie's recommendation of learning how to layer. Although I do enjoy sledding and hot chocolate.
I like it. We'll give, looks like Teresa's coming on here. Theresa, so we're just doing introductions. Introduction, and the question for the group is skier, snowboarder, or some other winter activity?
Yes, my name is Theresa Davis. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my name is Theresa Davis. I'm the executive of NIAC, otherwise known as North Idaho AIDS Coalition. And my favorite winter activity is turning on the heater and doing, Netflix. That's my favorite.
Good answer. I like that. Awesome. Well, welcome everybody. Thanks for being part of our October ALICE meeting. Hard to believe that we've got 3 more meetings and that'll be the end of 2021. So today we have Karen Randolph that is going to talk about the WIOA program. So Karen, I will let you take it from here. Thanks for presenting today.
No problem. Thanks so much. Hey, everybody. I had a really nice PowerPoint presentation prepared to be able to show all of you, but, well, that's not going to happen. We're having some technical difficulties, so I will do my best to verbalize it. If I start rambling and going too fast, somebody just scream and say, whoa, slow down. So just a quick little bit of background. The WIOA program, both the adult dislocated worker and the youth program, were both handled by the Department of Labor for many, many years. Very recently, the adult and dislocated worker portion has been transitioned to another party, another entity. They go by the name of EQUIS. So just so you all know, if you ever come across someone that you feel should be in potentially the adult dislocated worker program, you'll want to refer them to EQUIS. You can always contact us and we'll get the information to them. They do have staff physically in our office. We are co-sharing locations with them, so it's going to be kind of an easy working relationship. That being said, DOL still handles and administers the youth WIOA program. So in order for someone to be eligible for the youth program, there's some basic criteria, and I'll go over that kind of at the end of my presentation. But basically, WIOA, which stands for the Workforce Investment Opportunity Act, it's a federally funded program, and it's designed to assist we call them young adults, but it is the youth program. It's designed to assist eligible young adults to achieve both academic and employment success. So yes, we are there to help them first off get their GEDs if that's what's necessary, because that's always a great stepping stone into their future. But it doesn't end there. Our goal is to help them progress further, assist them in either obtaining training, career counseling, helping them get a job. We want them to be on the right path to create a stable environment and future for themselves. Let me go through here. So some of the eligibility criteria. They must be between 16 and 24 years of age. They can be enrolled if they're eligible. They can be enrolled up until the day before their 25th birthday, so through age 24. They must be an Idaho resident. They must be what's considered an out-of-school youth, meaning they cannot be participating in or registered in any kind of an educational program. They could still qualify for the program even if they have their diploma, but they cannot be in school. So other criteria, barriers to employment. They could be a high school dropout in need of a GED. They could be pregnant or parenting. If they're an offender, have been involved in the criminal justice system in any way. If they're homeless, if they're in foster care, if they have a disability, if they're low income or basic skills deficient, the list kind of goes on a little bit more. So there's a lot of ways for someone between the ages of 16 and 24 can qualify for this program. So just keep in mind, we don't expect you all to know every in and out of it. That's our job. But if you come across somebody that you think, hey, this person needs help getting their future career going, maybe they want training in something, maybe they just need their GED, we're going to take it from there. We're going to start and take it from there. So when someone, starting at the beginning, let's assume that someone comes to us and they do need their GED. Part of what the WIOA Youth Program does is it pays them an incentive for every test that they pass. So there are 4 tests within that GED program. Every time they pass a test and we have the proof of their passing grades, we give them a $100 bonus incentive. So they're basically, if they go through the process and they pass all 4 tests, they're going to get $400 out of it in the end. Beyond that, we want them to go beyond that. We want to either get them into a great job or put them in some kind of training. While all of this is happening, we can also help them with their transportation needs. We can help them with gas vouchers. If they need gas going back and forth to school, or if they have a job. If they get an interview and they don't really have the proper clothing to be able to go in an interview for this type of job, we can pay for that too. Any kind of required work items. If they land a job and they come to us and say, gosh, I need to have these tools and steel-toed boots or scrubs, we'll pay for that. So these are all just things to kind of think about. It's really, I like to call it a full service program. We're not just going to hang them out to dry and say, great, we got you your GED, there you go. No, that's really not what we want to do. So part of the program also in getting them out there and being successful, there's other ways that we can do it other than just helping them find a job. We can facilitate an OJT, on the job training. Find an employer out there that's willing to participate in the OJT program, beneficial to everybody. The person gets training and the employer gets partial payment for funding the payroll. We can also set up apprenticeships and internships. So lots of ways to get a young person out there getting the experience they need and getting them paid at the same time. If someone comes to us and they're just like, I just have no idea what I want to do. I mean, let's face it, not all of us knew what we wanted to do when we were 18 or whatever age that might have been. We'll sit down with them. We'll do some career exploration. We can do some, interest assessments, et cetera. We can work in tandem with whatever school they're in. If it's NIC, I know you guys do the same thing with assessments. We're all going to work together as a team if we need to at that point. All we ask of that person is to, do what they say they want to do. If you come to us and you say, I really want to do this, we're going to help you. We're going to prod you along. We're going to hold your hand a little bit. But we really want that person to have some skin in the game. This is not us forcing you to do something. This is them saying, I want to do something with my life. I'm going to get on track. And we're going to do everything we can to get them on that track. think there was one other thing I really wanted to share with you since I didn't get to put my presentation up. So that's the details about the youth program, which we still administer. The other program that we do still have is Launch. And if you're not familiar with the Launch program, it is something that is available to, you know, most anyone out there. The basic criteria for the Launch program is the participant has basically some financial skin in the game. Launch will pay for a percentage of the training cost based on that individual's financial situation. So they give some financial information to our launch specialist. They kind of do the mathematics on it and decide based on the rules that were provided what their percentage of co-payment is in the program. Not every program is covered in the launch system. It does cover some that regular WIOA does not. Some of them are the same. It's just an individualized thing. And if you think someone is interested in the youth program, or excuse me, the launch program, refer them over to us. We'll put them in touch with our launch people, and they'll kind of go through the motions with them, get the information, and see if they're interested, if it's something that they can afford to put a little bit of money towards for their future. So really, and that's kind of it. Unless anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer your questions.
Questions for Karen?
Karen, I have a question. You talked about the adult dislocated worker program. I didn't catch the name of the new entity that's taking it over.
Their name, and I'll go ahead and send all this information on so that it can be shared with everybody, but the name of their company is Equus, EQUUS, and it's Equus Workforce Solutions. I'll send the information with their phone number and email so that if you all want to send someone directly there, you absolutely can. In the interim, if you lose the number or forget the name, you can always contact me or anyone here, and we will get that person referred over appropriately. But I'll get that information out so it can be shared with everyone.
Karen, can you unpack that a little bit more as far as why was the decision made to kind of split the program up into two?
You know, the decision was made by the Workforce Development Council. You know, they make the decisions at their level as to why. You know, we were told that it wasn't that we were not performing. It was just that, you know, when the contract goes out for bid, anybody can throw their hat in the ring. And Equus was one of the companies that did just that. And the Workforce Development Council felt that they kind of wanted to try, give them an opportunity in order to see, you know, what possibly new things they might do, or what their other or different criteria might be. I mean, the federal program is the federal program. It's all the same rules. But at this point in time, Equus is the contact for adult and dislocated worker program.
Other questions?
Karen, this is Kathy with North Idaho College. Do you have access to see the chat messaging, or should I send you an email directly? I did have a quick question to you just individually.
Hang on a second here. Let me open up the chat. I sent one earlier and then I closed it out. Oh, here you are. Hang on one second. You know what? Why don't you go ahead? You can send it to Dave, but you can CC me as well, Kathy, if you'd like. And I will make sure Dave is back now, but no doubt catching up on things. So you can feel free to CC me because we lost one of our youth people. It's Casey and I that are now handling the youth program. Between the three of us, we'll get it figured out and see what's happening.
Thank you. Thanks, Karen.
Karen, I'm really glad that you brought up the launch program. I hope that everybody on the screen by now has had some time to kind of hear about and learn more about what launch is, because it's a program that anyone can be referred to, whether they're employed or unemployed. And NIC has definitely been a recipient of some of those launch funds. We've been able to get multiple individuals their CDLs, get them their certified nursing assistant certifications. Also, I think put them into potentially our HVAC, plumbing, and electrical programs. I'm trying to think of what all is qualified under that program or can be paid for under that program, but we're applying right now to get our dental assisting program on that list, and we continue to look for additional programs that we can have eligible under that launch funding. So it's a really, really great program because individuals that don't qualify for WIOA can potentially qualify for launch, and they might be over income in one, but be eligible to be served under another. So there's so much money in our state right now that's being directed towards getting folks retrained and looking at how we can, you know, bump them up to the next level so they can make a livable wage in the state of Idaho, which is hugely important with our housing costs, of course. So if anybody is not really familiar with that, you know, please go out and look at that launch site. Refer your folks to Karen, refer your folks to launch. They basically just go in, the individual goes in and, you know, fills out some basic information and potentially what their interests are as far as what kind of training they're looking for. And it directs them to someone at Department of Labor to do that triage and figure out what program is best for them. So it's worth the time and effort for individuals to try that avenue.
Karen, this is Carrie from United Way. I was just curious to know, are you the point of contact for all the counties? Or like, let's say we have a partner in Sandpoint, the Sandpoint Youth Center that might be interested, maybe already connected with them, but would we refer them to you or is there a local office up there?
There are still folks, excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. There are still folks that work up in the Sandpoint area, so you can refer directly to those individual offices as well. If you don't get a response or whatever the situation might be, feel free to reach out to me and I will make sure that it gets to the appropriate person.
Great, thank you.
Karen, also just to tag on that, a representative up in Bonners Ferry as well.
You know, I will have to double check on that at the moment. I'm not sure what happened in the movement out there, but I can double check.
Thank you.
Karen, how many participants do you see in the program in a year?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I worked in the adult dislocated worker program for the last year that I've been here. And so I have now taken on youth only in the last month and a half. I don't have figures for what that is. I would be happy to check with, I'm sure that one of our supervisory staff has some kind of numbers that I can get and add into the email that I'm going to send with all of the EQUIS contact if you'd like.
Sure, that would be great. Thank you. And then my other question is,
do you want numbers on youth as well as what the adult was, or just the youth?
I think both would be interesting.
Okay.
And then my other question, Karen, is how can this group help you?
You know, I think the best way that y'all can help is, you know, because I know that we're all dealing with folks that are in need in one shape, form, or another. If you come across someone who is in need of continuing their education or their career training or has a specific goal or interest in mind even already, but is struggling with how to do it either financially or just mentally, gee, what do I do? Where do I start? By all means, you can send them our way. If they end up qualifying for our youth WIOA program, we will take it from there. If they don't, if they end up being someone who may qualify for the adult program, we'll walk them across the office and refer them to EQUIS. If they end up not being someone that is eligible for either of those programs, we'll refer them to launch and then just kind of see how they fit that criteria. It's really geared, though, towards folks that need to complete their education from a GED standpoint and then put them onto a future career training.
curious if anybody has referred to either of these programs or any of the programs that were mentioned and maybe have a success story that they could share.
The Adult Education Center at North Idaho College has a strong partnership with the WIOA program. We have Casey, who works alongside with Karen, come in and work with students individually. They are now coming back in and presenting at our orientations, which occur twice a month. And then Karen and everybody else on this call, and Sarah, I'm so excited to see you in person and I can't wait to talk to you today. We are doing some outreach efforts to rural communities in Region 1. And what that means is we're going to do some what we're calling road shows to Priest River, Clark Fork, Bonners Ferry, Silver Valley, St. Mary's. And Karen, my hope is that we might be able to have a PowerPoint that we bring along with us to help promote the WIOA program. When we go to those events, we will be doing them every few months. And what our hope is that we will go and bring kind of a mobile unit with us where we can do the TABE assessments, which is required for every student entering into our program to get their GED. And Karen, I'm just mentioning that to you in this space and again, for everybody else on the call, because I think that this outreach part is going to be critical for us, you know, just trying to reach those rural communities. And so if you have a PowerPoint or something that you could share with us that we could promote WIOA in Region 1, we would be happy to do that.
Okay, let me just check, because I know we have various presentations based on our audience, because the presentation that I actually was going to use today was one that we would present to an actual youth audience. So let me see if that is something that we can go ahead and move over to, and if so, I will get it emailed over to you, or have Casey, you know, we'll get it to you somehow.
Thank you, Karen.
Yeah, and I think that's a great opportunity here, and the power of this group is what we just saw play out, where, you know, Karen shared these services and most know of it, but the refresher, but the cool thing of now Kathy can include this in, you know, their outreach into the rural areas. So that's awesome. Any other questions for Karen on the WIOA program? Okay, Karen, thank you so much. I'm glad you are still able to join us, although you were having technical difficulties. It's still good to hear your voice and have you participate in the call. Feel free to hang out. We're going to switch gears, and this is an opportunity for each agency to give an update, share a win, share a challenge, ask a question, kind of an open forum. So anyone like to kick it off?
I can start, Chris. This is Carrie. We're in the middle of our Community Care Fund grant, so we'll be excited to share the 2022 grantees at the end of the year here. There's some really great programs out there. And then I also just wanted to remind everybody that we still have child care scholarships available for families in any of the 5 northern counties. That are working, going to school. These scholarships are paid out in monthly tuition subsidies directly to the licensed care provider. This can go to pre-K, so like birth to 5, or it can go to school age kids. So if you have families that are have children and that's a need for them, please send them our way. You can find, oh, Mark just put that link in the chat. So thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Carrie.
Oh, one quick thing about that too for your case management information is that we do reviews once per month now, which has changed from a twice per month. And so just considering that in the timeliness of when an applicant might expect to have a decision and start receiving that subsidy if they're approved, our timeline is a little bit more stretched out now. So you could plan accordingly.
Lisa, it looks like you're ready to go.
I am.
Okay.
So Family Promise, the shelter side is full. Surprise. But I have lots of money to give away. So if you know anybody that has a 3-day pay or quit notice that could use this, they just need to go to familypromiseni.org and fill out the application. That comes to my email, and then we go from there. And we also, with our program, we have them work with other agencies too. So we can, like, if they're getting money from St. Minnie's, they can get money from us too, basically. So refer.
Hey, Lisa, do they need to be, I'm assuming, families with kids to receive that funding?
Yes.
Okay.
Families with children or pregnant.
Okay.
Who would like to go next?
We'll go. So I'll speak for NAMI because Becca can tell you what's going on with St. Vincent's. NAMI is doing 2 groups, connection groups a month at the Help Center or via Zoom. And we're also starting NAMI walks, which is if people are interested in just a short walk, starting off just walking around the Midtown neighborhoods, and then eventually, hopefully get it to the point where, you know, maybe it's Tubbs Hills next spring or something. But if anybody's interested, meet at the Help Center at 10 o'clock on Saturday mornings and go for a short walk. And I can send you a poster for the connections groups, but we are going to be starting a family and friends, a support group for family and friends, people that you know, have mental health issues as well. And we're looking into some stuff maybe at the college eventually of doing some youth groups as well, because everybody's mental health is on edge right now at the end of this year and last year. So
yeah. As far as the Help Center, there's a lot going on right now. We still have funding, like Family Promise. We have HPRR funding for homeless prevention and rapid rehousing. So if you know anyone who's in need, please refer them in. As the main access point for Region 1, they do have to do a Homeless Connect screening and assessment, which can be scheduled Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We do them all throughout the day. And again, we have the funding. We're also gearing up to open up the winter warming shelter starting November 1st. It's still temperature based, 28 degrees or below, and it's going to be out in Post Falls. Again, at the 210 West Saltese.
Transportation.
Yeah, we have transportation. We have the new van, and it's going to be transporting from Father Bill's Kitchen. After dinner served Monday through Friday at 6:30. It'll take passengers out there.
Are we doing weekend transportation?
We do not, unfortunately, no, we're not open on the weekends, so we don't have transportation for that. With it being the weekend, and because we also don't serve dinner at Father Bill's on the weekends, hopefully that gives them an opportunity to possibly catch the CityLink bus out there. But we also work in collaboration with like Heritage Health Homeless Outreach, and they also provide some transportation. So
Second Street,
it's case based. And Second Street Ministries also provides transportation sometimes as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. You taking clients?
Yes. So payee services right now for St. Vincent de Paul. We are taking clients through this month and November. End of November, December, and January, we're not going to be taking clients until the new year. But Inclusions recently closed. They did in-home health services and in-house payee services, working really closely with like High Road Human Services, service coordinators. So if anyone is looking for a payee, we are accepting applications.
Thank you. Other
Can I
updates?
just ask a quick question there, Chris? Sorry. Becca, is the warming shelter fully staffed? Are they, I know last year there was a problem with finding staffing. Is everything good to go for November 1st?
We'd like to say, yeah, we are still doing interviews right now, and we have 6 applications in. We'd like to see, we'd like to have at least 9 staff this year so we can do 3 teams of 3 in rotation. But again, it's the winter warming shelter. We always start out with good intentions, but it's a hard demographic to work with. It's also a knock shift, so it's 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So it's, I mean, it's difficult, but right now it's looking pretty good. We also have our feelers out with like the social work programs, the LCSC programs at NIC, the word out with like TRIO, to let them know that we're hiring or taking volunteers. If anyone needs to do volunteer time because of a program that they're in, we're always open to that. They just need to come to the help center and apply. So if you guys want to send anyone our way for that, that would be amazing. Thanks, Kathy.
Other updates, successes, challenges, questions?
Yeah, hi, Chris. Leslie from the Croc. I do have just two things to mention. We are still looking for about 6 to 8 kids, middle school age kids, for our Close a Child outreach this Saturday. So if you are working with any families who have middle schoolers, you can certainly refer them to us just to get on our website. They can apply. And then I also just wanted to mention the Well. That's an outreach we do every Thursday night from 6 to 8. Tonight we will have an Olympic gold medalist who's been in the wheelchair since birth, and he's going to be speaking about overcoming obstacles. That's free. You don't have to be a member. Children are welcome. And after we hear the guest speaker and talk around the table, we go into the center and we have 4 different exercise options to do. So everyone's welcome. That's it.
Thanks, Leslie.
You're welcome.
Hi, this is Carlene from Navigation. We are, not much has changed with us. We just kind of are the consistent, I feel like I say the same things every meeting, but just a reminder, we're here if people are in financial crisis or whatever. The best way to get them to a navigator is to call 211 and ask for one. We can help with, mostly we help with rent and utilities, but we can get pretty creative with our funding. Right now I'm helping a client to install a new hot water heater because his went out. So we kind of have a little bit of flexibility with what we can help with as far as financial crisis goes. Still operating our 3 grants, the Emergency Assistance Grant, the Career Enhancement Grant, which helps with things that to obtain or maintain employment, and then our Kin Care Grant for our Kin Care families. So if you guys ever have any questions, you know where I'm at.
Thank you.
So this is Kathy again. Besides the update on the outreach with the Adult Education Center, just wanted to mention we do have a part-time math instructor position open through tomorrow. It is a Monday through Thursday, 7:30 to noon position, starting out at $25 an hour, depending on experience and education, upward from there. We also have a test proctor position open up in Sandpoint. We are expanding and offering testing services up there. It is a more challenging position to fill. And Jackie, I know that our last proctor came from you. And I would love if you might have some recommendations. The hard part about it is we're only trying to do testing every other week for 5 hours each time. So it's only 10 hours a month. We do need somebody who feels comfortable navigating the computer a little bit, because there's definitely pieces of that can go wrong, especially up in Sandpoint. We've had some internet issues, and so they do have to, have some computer skills, but that is also at our nic.edu website under job postings. So if you know of anybody that might be interested in either of those positions, that would be awesome.
Yeah, and I had one other thing, Chris, the point in time count. We are having our first meeting next Tuesday at 2 o'clock. It's a Zoom meeting. If you receive funding from HUD or IFHA, you're supposed to be involved in the point in time count. So If anybody did not receive an invitation or a notice to that meeting and you need to join because of your funding, or you want to join because you want to get more funding to the area to help with homeless programs, please send me an email and I'll put my email in the chat.
Okay, hello everybody. So we're still doing all the same things we've been doing, rental assistance and that sort of thing, especially COVID assistance. I did want to let everybody know that this is my last meeting. I've got a job with the Idaho Department of Transportation, so I'm heading back into transportation where I'm comfortable, and so I'm going to miss you all, and it's been great. Sarah will still be here. There'll be a new FSS person, hopefully very soon, so they'll be joining too. So I'll make sure that they know about you guys and join. So anyway, it's been, I'm sure I'll see all of you somewhere, and we all tend to bump into each other everywhere. And so, but anyway, just wanted to let you know.
Well, we're sad to see you go, but excited about your new adventure and opportunity.
Yeah, congratulations, Kimberly. I have sure enjoyed working with you, and you've been a great value to Center for New Direction clients that we shared. So really, deepest congratulations to you, and I hope that your new journey is wonderful.
Thanks, Kathy. It's been great working with you and all of you, really. I've worked with all of you in some way, shape, or form at some point in my career. So it's good to see you all, and I will miss being in the meetings.
Any other updates?
Yes, so working with the Office of Drug Policy, we have created, we're called Gold Group 3. And what we do is we provide information to family and friends, to people who, have a substance user in their life. And so we've created a web page on our website that provides various types of addiction science, education, and also links to radar that could be found at Boise State University for people that have people in their lives that use substances. We also have had some really good success in terms of getting naloxone into the hands of people who are at risk of an overdose, and also to their family and peers of people who are at risk of an overdose. And so one of the more successful programs that NIAHC has seen over the last year is our mail out HIV testing. It really does help to reduce stigma, as people don't want to come into the clinic as often, because of the stigma that's involved with that. And you can find those resources at www.northidahoaidscoalition.org. I certainly hope that you will take a look at those services that we have, and also share them with your colleagues.
Theresa, you mentioned a website. What's that website?
www.northidahoaidscoalition.org. I can put that in the chat if you'd like.
That'd be great. Jackie or Sarah, any updates in your neck of the woods?
None in my neck of the woods. How about you, Sarah?
So I'm just trying to engage a lot of participation up here with Volunteer Connect, reaching out to nonprofits, reaching out to volunteers. And so if you know anybody in Sandpoint area that would be interested in partnering, or just, creating an organization, a profile on there, or maybe somebody that wants to volunteer locally, I am the go-to person. And we probably will start up events in the future again, where we go out to maybe local coffee shops and try and broadcast the need for volunteers in the area. And people can just mix and mingle and, find their passion and organizations that they want to support.
Awesome, thank you. I think we heard from everybody but Mr. Tucker.
I think Carrie covered us pretty well.
Yeah.
As usual.
Awesome. Any final thoughts or final shares for this month's meeting? Okay. Well, looks like we're done early, so everyone gets an additional 13 minutes back in your day.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Chris, for leading us.
Thanks. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.